Political reflections. Trump tells Kim, "My button's much bigger than yours." And this became a Twitter meme within minutes. It's a running joke in the West Wing that nuclear war could start from the private residence during Fox News prime time, one senior Trump aide told the Daily Beast. And the point is, it's very accurate. Legislators, you need to impeach blabbermouth Don or force him to resign before he kills us all. He is no longer competent to serve as chief executive, if he ever was. Stephen King. And then a very interesting article in The Guardian with Steve Bannon. They're going to crack Don Jr. like an egg on national TV, was one quote. Donald Trump's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, has described the Trump Tower meeting between the president's son and a group of Russians during the 2016 election campaign as treasonous and unpatriotic, according to an explosive new book seen by The Guardian. Bannon, speaking to author Michael Wolff, warned that the investigation into alleged collusion with the Kremlin will focus on money laundering and predicted they're going to crack Don Jr. like an egg on national TV. Even if you thought this was not treasonous or unpatriotic or bad shit, and I happen to think it's all of that, you should have called the FBI immediately. Bannon went on, Wolff writes, to say that if any such meeting had to take place, it should have been set up in a Holiday Inn in Manchester, New Hampshire, with your lawyers who meet these people. Any information, he said, could then be dumped down to Breitbart or something like that, or maybe some other more legitimate publication. Bannon added, "You never see it, you never know it, because you don't need to, but that's the brain trust that they had." Scorning apparent White House insouciance, Bannon reaches for a hurricane metaphor. They're sitting on a beach trying to stop a Category 5. Donald Trump responded, and this is from the stalwart, read it in full. He roasted Steve Bannon. "I take you back to the 7th of August 2017 when I said there's a prima facie case here and it's in plain sight," and obviously Bannon thinks the same. And then on the 5th of December 2016 I was talking about how we have a deviate Tomahawk. Don DeLillo, who is a prophetic 21st century writer, writes as follows in one of his short stories. The specialist is monitoring data on his mission console when a voice breaks in, a voice that carried with it a strange and unspecifiable poignancy. He checks in with his flight dynamics and conceptual paradigm officers at Colorado Command. "We have a deviate Tomahawk. We copy, there's a voice. We have gross oscillation here, there's some interference. I've gone redundant, but I'm not sure it's helping. We are clearing an outframe to locate source. Thank you, Colorado. It is probably just selective noise. We will correct Tomahawk. In the meantime, advise you to stay redundant." The voice, in contrast to Colorado's metallic pigeon, is a mélange of repartee, laughter and song, with a quality of purest, sweetest sadness. Somehow, we were picking up signals from radio programs of 40, 50, 60 years ago.